Over the last 3 years, we've seen many new football titles released challenging EAFC's throne. Games like UFL and eFootball had the potential to rival EA Sports' football juggernaut, but fell short in multiple areas, failing to provide the same simulation experience. In comes Rematch, Sloclap's fast-paced, competitive, human-style Rocket League football game that places players in the middle of the action. The result is an amazing arcade football experience that will have players itching for the next match. Even though the game struggles with some performance issues, this is a game with a bright future. My name is Curtis with Sports Gamers Online, and this is our SGO review of Rematch. From the moment I laid my eyes on Rematch, I knew football fans were in for a treat. Placed in a futuristic setting with a Fortnite-like art style and gameplay similar to Rocket League, Sloclap's game really sets the stage. In addition to the overall look of the game, I love the customization. Players can create their ideal footballer by customizing their look, gear, and kits. You can even give your player prosthetic body parts. The deep customization option surprised me, and this feature ensures that no two avatars look identical. The main draw for Rematch is its fun, skill-based, and competitive gameplay. However, even though the game is considered arcade style, controlling the football doesn't feel sticky and mapped to your player like in EAFC. Similar to Rocket League, the ball acts independently, which makes it harder to control but promotes unpredictability. Rematch's gameplay breaks down into 4 key areas: shooting, passing, defending, and dribbling. Shooting is one of the most unique features in the game because the game is played in third person. It reminds me of playing a third-person shooter where there's a crosshair that players use to aim. You can use the left stick to bend the ball in any direction to fool goalkeepers. However, the hard part about shooting is the placement of your camera to get the shot on target. It's a constant battle between watching the ball and camera positioning that makes shooting so rewarding when the ball finally hits the back of the net. Passing is one of the most difficult things to do in the game, but when done right, it opens up opportunities to score. Since there aren't any player stats in Rematch, passing is based on your ability to aim your passes correctly. It's another feature that feels so satisfying when successful. There are also many different pass types like short passes, through balls, lob passes, and you can also use the shooting button to pass. Everything you do on the pitch is rewarded with points towards your overall experience. Defending is extremely important and has multiple layers to it. Players can stand tackle, but most of the time slide tackling is used. Players can jockey their opponents and block shot attempts, but one of the most fun ways to defend is getting between the sticks and playing as a goalkeeper. Lastly, dribbling is one of the less complex areas of the game, but it's important to learn the most effective method in each situation. Tapping X on PlayStation or A on Xbox will perform a quick cut or a cutback that fools defenders so easily. In addition, using the same button to push the ball forward to run faster is essential. In addition to quick cuts, players can use close control dribbling by pressing L2 on PlayStation and LT on Xbox. This helps hold the ball up and bait players into a rainbow flick, which is performed by pressing R1 and X on PlayStation and RB and A on Xbox. Rainbow flicks are currently a bit overpowered in the game, but not completely undefendable. Overall, Rematch's gameplay is one of the best. It's fast-paced, fun, and rewarding. I've been playing the early access version of the game ahead of release, and this does come with its own problems. While there hasn't been any major issues with the game, there are some bugs and glitches that the devs will need to iron out before release. One bug I've noticed that randomly the ball will completely become unmovable, which makes the game unplayable. Not the end of the world because it rarely happens, but it's a minor annoyance to say the least. Players will pay $30 for a game that has loads of updates coming in the future. For now, players can compete in 3v3, 4v4, or 5v5. 3v3 is used more for mindless running around and getting used to the game, and 4v4 is used for positional play. 5v5 is the best way to experience the game in my opinion. In addition, Rematch features a story mode that will continue as more seasons are added. The story follows an unnamed player who is recruited to a club and works their way to the first team. In Season 0, the story acts as a tutorial for new players. The mode teaches the basics of shooting, passing, and dribbling. I can't wait to see what the developers introduce in the future. Football games don't need to be simulations to be enjoyable, and Rematch proves that. The gameplay is unique, creative, and just pure fun. While the game struggles with the growing pains of an incoming release, Rematch is a low-cost football title with a great base and a bright future.